1, 2, 3, 4.
Hi and welcome to a whole new series of step-by-step tutorials on how to tie flies. Actually, we are on trout flies, and I'm looking forward to this. I really have been looking forward to this to show you how I tie my trout flies. So yeah, and we're gonna tie some Leptophlebia Marginata. I'm actually using for this pattern I use for Vespertina as well. I just tie Marginata in size 13 on this TMC 102Y. I like the black hook, so this is 13 I use for Marginata, and I use 15 for Vespertina. Same color, same materials, everything, just different size stuff. So yeah, and for the body I'm using Fly-Rite. I have this nice collection of dry fly dubbing from Fly-Rite, and I've used chocolate brown. I use for both flies, yeah. And for a wing I actually use J. In Norwegian it's called nøtteskrike, and I use these feathers in the neck up here. I use 4, 2 that way and 2 that way, and I tie them in. I will show you how I do that. So that's the wing materials. You can use CDC, but I like the colors. It's some light brown, dun colorish. Yep, I really like the color combination of by using a J. So this is from Vineyard. If you so I will leave a link in no, I will leave a material list in the description of the video. So yeah, that's the wing, and for the hackle I'm using this whiting saddle, dry fly saddle. So I will choose the right size. We're gonna talk about that for the hook, what I like. And for the tail I'm using whiting. This is a dun colored dry fly hen cape. Rooster cape, of course, rooster cape, yeah. And I'm just using some fibers for the tail. So yeah, and tying thread I'm using Unithread 80, and this is actually a camel color. So I like the color combination. You can use whatever you like. Okay, so yeah, and cheers for the new series. I'm gonna upload many dry flies and many nymphs, and you know, we're gonna I got so many plans, and we're gonna make a lot of step-by-step tutorials in English, of course, yeah. So cheers for the new episodes or the new series, and I'm so looking forward to this. I'm gonna really work hard and upload a lot of videos in the future now. So yeah, cheers. This is coffee, by the way. Yeah, okay, let's start. So as you can see, this is my Leptophlebia Marginata fly, and you can see the hackle is it's quite wide. For this 13 size hook I have 12 size hackle. About 12 size. It's a little bit wider than perhaps many would use, but if you see, I have quite sparse. I don't like to tie on too much of it. So if you want a sparse palmer hackle, you can allow yourself to take a few turns if you go a little bit wider. And I like this size because, you know, in our water in the mountains in Norway, when we fish with the Marginatas early in the spring, the weather it's always blowing and raining, and you know, almost never the water is almost never, you know, flat, and I like the fly to be stable on the water. So that's why I use this. It's not too long, but as I told you, I use size 12, Hackle for size 13 hook. So yeah, yes, let's start. I'm gonna put this over here. I'm gonna put in a hook. So there we go. And like that, making sure I can see the barb. There we go. Okay, let's start. And I like to start by the hook eye, taking some turns like that. And a couple of ways to do this to set the point for the wing. You can tie halfway on the hook and halfway back. There's the point for the wing. Or as I've done, on this hook, I like to go to the hook point, pull off the axis, and go one of third way. I don't know how to pronounce it, but third of the way or something. Okay, I divide this section up in 3. 1, 2, 3, and this point I tie in the wing. So you can choose what you want to do, but I've done this like this for many years, so that's the way I do it. So okay, so we're gonna tie in the wing, and we're gonna start off by selecting some J hackles. Yeah. Okay, I have pulled out some hackles from the neck on the top here. You can see they are nice and bluish, light brown colored. So yeah, and I'm gonna choose 4 hackles, 2 that way and 2 this way. So okay. So what I'm doing, I'm taking 2 of them, line them upon each other like this, and I'm taking 2 more. This is kind of fiddly. It's kind of this is a little bit challenging to get right, but you'll manage. I'm gonna do like this. Okay, like this. You just have to try. It must be many other ways to do this, but I'm just going to show you how I do it. Okay, so yeah, you just have to have patience. Okay, yeah. So I do like this, and I'm changing hands like that, and I'm aligning the hackles so they are the same length, about there. Perhaps pulling out a few of them, making sure they are aligned with each other. The one in the back should be a little bit longer. Just use your time. Okay, there we go. About there. And I'm going to change hands again using my finger and thumb, pinching like that. And I'm going to pull out, remove these fibers here, like that. And then I'm putting them on the hook and changing hands again. And I'm tying in the wings. Pull hard, schmuck, and a couple of turns, and I'm gonna check the length of them. And I can see those are too long, and I'm gonna pull careful. They are quite fragile, those feathers, so don't pull too hard. Be really careful here. I'm gonna check the length. It looks okay. I'm gonna show you the length. I got the measure in my head, you know, and I'm gonna show you. It's about the same length as from the hook eye to the end of the hook there, about there. Yeah, same length as the hook, perhaps a little bit shorter, or whatever you like. Okay, I could always measure it for you with the but you know, you can see how long they are. So okay, there's the wings. As you can see, there are 4 feathers. And again, from the hook eye to about there by the bend of where the hook starts to bend. Okay, so tie down the stumps, butts, or what should we say? Okay, so go all the way there, and I'm gonna tie in some support wraps to make the wings stand up like this. I'm gonna gather them like this, pull them back, and I'm gonna start by tying some wraps there. And I'm gonna go forwards, back again, all the way into the root of the wing, and forwards again, and back again. There, and I'm gonna raise up the wing. Okay, And now there are a few ways to tie in the hackle. You can tie in the hackle like this, you know, and tie it in like that, and take some wraps up. I don't like that. These feathers are so thin. The stem also are so thin, so I think I find it a little bit hard. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take my thread behind there, like that, and I'm gonna take my thread behind the wing and down in the front, and up again from behind in the front towards me, and around and down in the front. And I'm gonna do this 4 times, okay? And I'm making sure the thread is lying upon each other. So I'm actually tying up the stem without going around it. This is the way I've been doing it for a few years, and it's working good. There we go, finished. Support wrap. And I'm going to take my thread back here and tie in the tail. So there we go, you can see I have gathered the hackle, the wing. Oh, nice, I like it. I like it a lot. So let's tie in the tail. So I've taken out a big hackle from my rooster dry fly cape, and I'm gonna pull out for the tail. So I'm just gonna make them stand straight out like that, and I'm taking my left hand and I'm taking hold of the tips and pull them off. So take a few of those. Make sure you don't take too much or too little. So I'm taking about a dozen or so. Yeah, a dozen, 12. Yeah. Okay, let's tie them in. So here we go. Make sure they are aligned like that. And I'm just gonna snip off the curly part. And I'm gonna tie them by a loose wrap, okay? Just a couple of loose wraps. Like that. I'm gonna take 2 loose wraps, and I'm gonna just hold my thread like that, and I'm gonna check the length. Oh, it's nice. I think it's nice. So I'm tying it in by holding the fibers, and I'm tying all the way back to the barb that is there, and I'm taking a support turn under like that, and I'm pulling forwards to make the fibers spread a lot, okay? And then securing that wrap by turning a couple of turns there. And what we're going to do, we're going to snip off the butts like that, making sure we get a nice tapered body. You can see there are some fibers under here, I don't want them. So, and I'm going to clean up. And now you can see you have a nice prepared underbody for the dubbing. Yeah. Okay, let's dub. I'm ready. So we're gonna take out some dubbing, and make sure you don't use too much. It's surprisingly small amount you need. This is perfect. And I'm gonna dub it in with my right hand. Okay, and make sure the fibers are aligned like that. It's much easier to put on a thread. So yeah, I use no wax or something, anything. I just gonna dub it on. And I'm dubbing this way and counterclockwise. Thank you, Sean. I believe it was Sean. Yeah, Sean, yeah, that told me that. So for every turn, I'm tightening up for every turn, and I'm making sure now that I don't catch any of the fibers from the wing. And as you can see, I'm making a nice tapered body, just like that. There we go, that's finished. And I'm going to pull back a little bit on this one, and we're going to tie in the hackle, and we're going to pick out the right size. I'm just going to snip off that one. Yeah, looks great. So we're going to choose the right hackle for this fly. Of course, I don't want it too big or too small. This part of the fly is very you know, it's important to choose the right hackle for your fishing. I'm choosing a little bit bigger because of the conditions I'm fishing in. I know it usually it blows like, yeah, crazy up there, so I like a little bit bigger hackle. This one looks great. I'm gonna check it on my hackle gouge. Actually, this one is it's perfect. It's perfect. Yeah. So what I'm doing, where I measured size 12, I'm gonna go in like that, so it's prepared for tying in. Okay, just like this. Yep. So here we go. I'm gonna tie it in facing me. The collar is facing me like that. I'm gonna hold it with my thumb. And I'm gonna take a few turns down like that. I'm gonna check. No, now you can see if I start now, it's the wrong way. So I'm just gonna pull it a little bit like that. And I'm gonna check it again. Still don't want to go the right way. Okay, and then I'm gonna do it one more time. I want this to go that way. Always go back. Now it's right. No, it's right. Okay. Pull back the wing and tighten up. Hold your thread nice and tight and just pull this back and go back up again. Like that. And I'm gonna control it again. Perfect. Okay, and I'm just gonna varnish here. A small drop of varnish for this fly, okay? Just a small drop. Don't overdo it. This is, you choose what you want to do. I want to make a fly that lasts a few fish. Okay, so a little drop of varnish and I'm gonna palmer it. So for the first turn, I'm supporting the wing a little bit. I'm making a one turn and I'm making sure I'm turning underneath the previous turn. Okay, and for this fly, I like to take 3 to 4 turns. 4 is enough, I feel. Okay, there's 4 turns. And I'm doing like this. I'm changing places. I'm crossing the thread with the hackle like that, pulling the hackle forwards, and I'm going down there and locking it in again like that. A couple of times. Hold the thread nice and tight, and I'm going to lift up the fibers and I'm going to tie in the rest of the hackle, so I'm securing it like that. I'm holding the thread nice and tight and I'm just gonna pull it out, and now you can see the fibers there. I don't want them, so I'm gonna place my thread behind this little screw here, and I'm gonna snip off every fiber I don't want there. As you can see, those fibers, I don't want them. So snip them off like that. And tie all the way down to the eye, and now we're just gonna build up a nice head. I like a nice head on my dry flies. Of course, here you can put in some more dubbing. I don't like that. I like to have this part nice and just tying thread, and I'm gonna varnish it. So finish off with a whip finish. Make sure you don't catch in any of the fibers like I did almost there, so you can pull back. And we can just take a 3-4 wraps and finish off. So there we go. There's my Leptophlebia Marginata. And I'm gonna varnish before you see it's not finished yet. I'm gonna do a couple of more steps for you. I'm gonna varnish it while the wing is in that position. It's easy to just put a drop of varnish in there. Now actually I'm gonna dry dip this fly before I put it in the box. And I usually tie 10, 15, 20 of these to my box, and before the varnish dries out, pull down the fibers. Pull them down a little bit. Make sure it looks nice. Make sure the wing is where you want it and the tail is where you want it. Everything looks nice, and you know, if the fly looks perfect in the box, you can just pick one. You don't have to look at it and, oh no, not that one. You can see the varnish is, you can see it. It's perfect. I like this. I like it like that. And every fiber you don't like, just snip them off. Okay, yeah. Thanks for watching, and make sure to hit the like button. And if you're wondering about anything, just go to the Q&A section playlist and place a comment there, and I will answer you as good as I can. So yeah, thank you guys. I'll see you in my next episode. Talk to you later. Goodbye.